In the previous video, we have discussed about parasitic plants and insectivorous plant. In this video, we will try to understand what is a saprotrops. We have already discussed about nutritions, the modes through which we take the nutrient that is known as nutritions, and all that carbohydrate, fat, vitamins, minerals that are nutrients. Symbiosis we will discuss, and lichens and fungi. Before that, we will first try to understand what are the things. First of all, we in a vegetable market, we have seen mushroom vegetable that used to be packed in a polythene bag and used to be sold in that vegetable shop. And we also see that in a rainy days, on a rotten wood, there is umbrella like patches. Then that umbrella type patches or that mushroom, from where that they get nutrition, how they grow, how they formed. Okay, that all that mushroom and that patches were known as, it is an organism that name is a fungi. Before that, we have discussed and we will discuss that in activity 1.2 we have to take some bread लेना है and we have to moist it. Moist means we have to add water that so that can become soft. Then keep that bread for 2 or 3 days. उसको 2 से 3 दिनों के लिए छोड़ देना है. After 2 or 3 days we can see some patches around that bread. That organism known as fungi. वो क्या है? आपका fungi है. Then how that fungi get their food? They get food there from dead and decaying materials, and they grow, they are known as fungi. Before that, we will try to discuss what is saprotrophs and saprotrophic modes of nutrition. Saprotrophs, and before that we have to discuss saprotrophic modes nutrition. Saprotrophic saprotrophic nutrition. The modes of nutrition, एक ऐसा मोड from that organism get their nutrition from dead and decaying organs or material that known as saprotrophic nutrition. And that mode of nutrition is known as that organism, वो ऐसे organism जो इस तरीके से भोजन को लेते हैं, that is known as saprotrophs. Okay, we already know that what is nutrition and nutrients. So clear that what is saprotrophs, and before that we have discussed saprotrophic nutrition, एक ऐसा mode of nutrition जिसमें living organism अपना nutrients सड़े गले मरे हुए जीव जंतु से पदार्थों से प्राप्त करता है, that is known as saprotrophic nutrition. And वैसे जीवों को हम लोग क्या कहते हैं? Modes of nutrition that organism take known as saprotrophs. Okay, we have discussed that in bread, and when the bread is kept for 2 or 3 days, we can see under a microscope that hair like structure are grown. Okay, that are known as fungi. Clear? What is fungi, what is saprotrophs and saprotrophic nutrition, and it is a part of a very previous video. Now symbiosis, there are some organisms which live together and share their nutrition, water and nutrition and shelter with each other. ऐसे जीव जंतु जो एक दूसरे के साथ रहते हैं और रहने के साथ अपने न्यूट्रिशन को, शेल्टर को एक दूसरे के साथ शेयर करते हैं, that is known as symbiosis. And we can see these kind of things in the roots of plants. वी हैव एन एग्जांपल लीचन। लीचन एक ऑर्गेनिज्म है जिसके अंदर आपका फंगी एंड algae both are used to be there. दे एक दूसरे के साथ दोनों रहते हैं. फंगी यूज टू प्रोवाइड हिम वाटर एंड मिनरल्स. इन प्लेस ऑफ दैट, और इसको क्या प्रोवाइड करेगा? दे विल प्रोवाइड हिम फूड एंड न्यूट्रिशन. And in this way, both are sharing and living together. This process is known as symbiosis. And in symbiosis, that is an organism, that name is the lichen. And a lichen, both fungi and algae is found, and both used to be share and live together and fulfill their each other needs. Okay? If you have any doubts, you can ask me questions. How nutrients are replenished in the soil. किस तरीके से मिट्टी के अंदर फिर से न्यूट्रिएंट को ऐड किया जा सकता है, ना किया जाएगा. As we all seen that farmer used to add fertilizer and manure in the soil. Why they used to add that things? As we all know that minerals and nutrients were absorbed by the soil, absorbed by the plant through the roots. And in continuously using of nutrition, one day comes that the soil containing that nutrition such as potassium, first of all nitrogen, potassium and phosphorus. This amount of this nutrition may become less in that soil. Soil में कम हो जाएगा ये सारे nutrition. In order to get back that nutrients in the soil, they used to add manure and fertilizer. Okay. So as we all know that nitrogen is most abundant, we can say that. सबसे ज्यादा गैस जो है वो क्या है? नाइट्रोजन है. और नाइट्रोजन जो है वो गैस फॉर्म में है एटमॉस्फेयर में, विच कैन नॉट बी यूज डायरेक्टली बाय द सॉइल. सॉइल इसको डायरेक्टली यूज नहीं कर सकता है. लाइक कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, जैसे कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को सीधे प्लांट ले लेता है, ऑब्जॉर्ब कर लेता है, फिर भोजन को बनाता है. इन द सेम वे नाइट्रोजन को प्लांट एटमॉस्फेयर से डायरेक्टली नहीं ले सकता है. इट शुड बी सोल्यूबल इन द सॉइल. सॉइल में उसको घुलाना पड़ेगा, मिलाना पड़ेगा, सोल्यूबल बनाना पड़ेगा. देन हाउ दैट नाइट्रोजन कैन बी गेट इन द सॉइल. द नाइट्रोजन कैन बी सोल्यूबल in the soil by some bacterium that is known as rhizobium. rhizobium. It is a bacterium which used to get all nitrogen from the atmosphere, used to trap nitrogen from the atmosphere and convert and make soluble that it can be easily soluble in soil. ये उसको soluble बना करके आपको मिट्टी में ऐड कर देता है. ओके. उस राइजोम जो होता है वो अपना भोजन खुद नहीं बनाता है. They cannot prepare their food by themselves. They get all that nutrition and shelter from that plant only. वो क्या करता है? प्लांट को आपको नाइट्रोजन सप्लाई कर देता है मिट्टी के द्वारा, and from that plant they get nutrition and shelter. Okay, in this way both help each other, and here also a symbiotic relationship can be generated. Okay.